planet was dark, cold, and full of silence. For years, no one had survived there. Every species that tried to land on it disappeared. Ships crashed. Communications failed. Bodies were never found. This place was marked as cursed in the records of many galaxies. It was called Zeridia, the dead planet. No rescue mission ever returned. Most species avoided it. But today, a human ship entered its orbit. The ship's name was Starlight Echo, small but strong. Inside were 5 humans. Their leader, Captain Rhea Cole, stood calmly as the ship shook. The others were scared, but she wasn't. She looked at the screen, watching the planet grow larger and darker. "Everyone says this place kills everything," she said. "Let's find out why." Her voice was steady. Her crew trusted her. That's why they followed her into this death zone. The team included Zane, a soldier who never smiled; Malik, the tech expert with fast fingers and faster thinking; Dr. Alira, the quiet scientist who spoke only when needed; and Tess, the pilot, who believed machines had feelings. They were not friends, but they worked like a perfect machine. No mistakes, no fear, only mission. As they entered the planet's atmosphere, the ship began to shake violently. Strange magnetic fields hit their systems. Screens blinked. Lights flickered. Tess gripped the controls. "It's pulling us down," she said. "We're not flying, we're falling." Alarms screamed, but Rhea stayed calm. "Trust the ship," she said. "It's built for worse." And she was right. The ship landed, hard but safe, in the middle of a gray desert. When the dust cleared, they stepped outside. The air was thin but breathable. The sky was dark purple with no sun in sight. Rocks floated in mid-air like they had no weight. The land was silent, but something felt wrong. Malik scanned the area. "Nothing living," he said. "But the ground has energy. Something's active here." Far away they saw a city. Tall buildings, strange shapes, but no damage. It looked untouched by time. "Why is it still standing?" Zane asked. "Shouldn't nature have taken it back?" Rhea nodded slowly. "Something preserved it. Let's find out what." As they walked toward the city, the ground beneath them cracked and then closed again. No wind, no animals, no movement, just their footsteps and the hum of their gear. Tess whispered, "Feels like something's watching us." No one answered. They all felt it too. The city gate opened by itself. When they reached it, no controls, no machines, just a soft clicking sound, and then the stone door slid open. Inside, everything looked alien but clean. Lights flickered dimly. Symbols glowed faintly on walls. It felt like the city had gone to sleep, and now it was waking up. Malik looked at the walls and frowned. "These symbols, and they're old, really old, but they're still active." Illyra touched one and pulled her hand back quickly. "It's warm," she said, "but nothing here should be warm." The team kept moving carefully. Every room looked the same. Strange chairs, screens, and glass tubes filled with black dust. No bodies, no bones, just emptiness. Then, Zane stopped walking. "Did you hear that?" he asked. Everyone froze. A soft whisper echoed through the hall. No words, just a breath, like something exhaling slowly. Rhea raised her hand. "Stay close," she said. But the whisper came again, this time louder. Then silence. Malik moved toward a wall with a strange circle glowing on it. "This might be a control panel," he said. He took out a small tool and began to scan. Suddenly, the wall lit up, and Malik vanished. No flash, no scream. 1 second, he was there. The next, he was gone. "Malik," Rhea shouted. "Where did you go?" She ran to the wall and touched it. Cold, solid, no door, no sign of anything. "He was just here," Elira said, her voice shaking. "He didn't even make a sound." Zane raised his gun. "We're not alone." Tess checked the scanners. No life signs, no energy spike, nothing. Rhea stepped back, breathing slowly. "This planet, it hides its traps, it waits." She looked at her team. "We find Malik. We don't panic, and we don't turn back. But deep inside the city, something had woken up. Something old, something hungry, and it had felt their presence. For the first time in centuries, it sensed fear again. The mission had just begun, and already won. Human was gone, but Rhea didn't believe in running, not now, not ever. We came to survive, she whispered. Let's show this planet what that means. The city was too quiet. No wind, no birds, no signs of life. Just cold stone and glowing lights. Rhea and her team walked slowly, their boots echoing in the empty streets. The buildings around them were tall and strange. They had sharp corners and no windows. Some of them blinked with weak blue lights. It felt like the whole city was watching them. Where did Malik go? Tess asked again, her voice low. No one answered. They didn't know. He had touched the glowing wall and vanished. No sound, no flash. He was just gone. Zane kept his weapon ready. He didn't trust this place. This is a trap, he said. This whole planet is a trap. Rhea looked up. The sky above the city was full of slow-moving black clouds. They didn't look natural. They didn't move like clouds should. And even though there was no sun, the city was somehow lit. A soft, eerie glow came from the buildings themselves. We keep moving, Rhea said. The answers are ahead. And so is Malik. They entered a large hall through a tall arch. The door opened by itself, just like the gate. The room was full of strange machines. Some were floating in the air. Others were stuck into the walls. One machine looked like a giant eye, spinning slowly. Another looked like a seat made of glass and light. Elira stepped forward. These machines, they're scanning us, she said. But not for weapons, for thoughts. She pointed to a screen. Lines of light changed color with every word they spoke. What kind of tech is this? Tess whispered. It's not dead. It's alive. The city is alive. Suddenly, one of the machines moved toward them. It floated quietly, then stopped just inches from Rhea's face. It made no sound, just a soft hum. She stared at it. It stared back, if it had eyes. Then it floated away, disappearing through the wall like a ghost. Elira checked her scanner. That wall is solid, it shouldn't pass through, but it did. Tess turned around and froze. Where's Zane? She shouted. Rhea spun back. Zane was gone. He had been just behind them. Now, nothing. Zane, answer me, Rhea called. Into her radio. Static. No reply. They searched the room. Nothing. No sign of struggle. No blood. No sound. It was like the city was stealing her people one by one. Elira looked scared now. Her hands were shaking. This place doesn't kill fast, she said. It removes people quietly, like a dream you forget. Tess backed up toward the door. We need to leave. We're not ready for this. This city, it's playing with us. No, Rhea said firmly. That's what it wants, to scare us, to make us run like the others. But we're not like them. They moved deeper into the city. The air grew colder. The lights on the walls changed colors, from soft blue to deep red. The red pulsed slowly like a heartbeat. It made their skin crawl. In the next room, they found a wide floor covered in circles. Each circle had a different symbol inside it. Rhea walked around carefully. Then she stopped. These symbols, I've seen one before. She reached into her pack and pulled out a photo. It was from a lost alien mission. The last image sent before the crew vanished. One of the symbols matched. This proves it, she said. This is the last place they were. They stood right here. Elira looked around. But where did they go? Then the room changed. The walls flickered. The circles on the floor began to glow. The lights moved under their feet like snakes. Tess screamed, "Something's under us." They jumped back just in time. A hole opened in the floor where they were standing. A soft voice filled the air. It was not human. It was not any known alien tongue. But somehow, they understood it. "Why are you here?" the voice said. Rhea stepped forward. "We came to learn. We came to survive," the voice replied, softer this time. None survive here. Fear feeds me. Your fear is fresh. Then silence. Illyra whispered, "It knows we're afraid. That's how it's taking us." Tess's eyes were wide. "But, Rhea, you're not afraid, are you?" Rhea clenched her fists. "No, I'm angry." Suddenly, a screen lit up on the wall. A blurry image appeared. It was Malik, frozen in place, his eyes wide, his mouth open, like he was screaming, but no sound came out. He stood alone in a glowing circle. And then, the screen went dark. "He's alive," Rhea said. "They all are, somewhere." The city was testing them, watching them, feeding off their fear. But Rhea wasn't going to run. Not now. Not ever. She looked at Illyra and Tess. This planet plays games, but it picked the wrong humans this time. They moved forward, deeper into the silent city. The doors closed behind them, and above them, the clouds began to move. Something was coming. The deeper they went, the stranger the city became. The lights changed color with every step. Sometimes green, sometimes purple, and sometimes no color at all. Just darkness. Rhea, Illyra, and Tess moved carefully, keeping close. Two of their team, Malik and Zane, had already vanished. But Rhea refused to leave them behind. They walked into a round chamber. In the center was a strange machine, floating above the ground. It was large, glowing softly, and spinning very slowly. It had no buttons, no wires, just a soft hum that made the floor vibrate under their feet. "What is it?" Tess whispered. "I think," Illyra said slowly, "it's a time engine, but not like anything we've ever seen. It's not just showing time, it's bending it." On the walls, images appeared, moving images. They showed other explorers, some human, some alien, walking through the same chamber. But none of those people were here now. Some of them looked around in fear. Others shouted, but no sound came from their mouths. "They're not videos," Illyra said, her voice shaking. "These are echoes, moments stuck in time. The city has trapped them." Rhea stepped closer to the machine. It was beautiful in a terrifying way. "What if this machine is how the city feeds?" she asked. "It traps people in time, then it drains their fear again and again." Tess looked around nervously. Then Malik and Zane might still be alive, frozen in a time loop. Just then, the machine spun faster. The air grew heavy. Lights flashed. The floor shook. Suddenly, everything stopped and the world changed. Tess gasped. The chamber looked different now. New, clean, bright lights, warm air. And standing in front of them were people. But not just any people, they were human explorers. Some wore old Earth space uniforms, designs from 50 years ago. Some were even older. They looked confused, scared, and frozen. "They don't see us," Illyra whispered. She waved her hand in front of one man's face. No reaction. "They're stuck, like statues in a living memory." Then they heard a voice. "You should not be here." It wasn't loud. It came from everywhere and nowhere. The machine behind them glowed red. The chamber dimmed again. Rhea raised her head. "Who are you?" "We are what remains," the voice said. "We are the memory of fear. This city remembers all who enter. It holds them, uses them, and you are the newest." Suddenly, Illyra screamed. She vanished in a blink, just like Malik and Zane. 1 second she was there, the next gone. "No," Rhea shouted. She ran to where Illyra stood. Nothing, just empty space. Tess looked ready to cry. "What is this place doing to us?" "It's testing us," Rhea said through clenched teeth. "It wants to break us before it traps us." The foe time engine pulsed again. The air rippled. The images on the walls changed. Now it showed Rhea alone, standing in the dark. The screen showed her screaming, but in the real world she stood still. "It's showing you your future," Tess said, her voice shaking. "It's trying to scare you." Rhea turned to the machine. "You want fear," she said. "You'll get something else instead." She pulled out a small EMP grenade from her pack. It was designed to shut down alien tech in case of danger, but she wasn't sure if it would work here. Tess grabbed her arm. If you use that, we might lose Elira. Or Malik. Rhea hesitated, her hand shook. Then she put the grenade away. No, we don't give up yet, she said. Let's find the control core. Every machine has one. If we can shut it down the right way, we might free the others. Tess nodded. Then let's move. Fast. They ran out of the chamber. The walls shifted behind them. The city didn't want them to leave. Doors closed. Floors turned to smoke. Shadows followed them. The buildings above them began to groan. Something ancient was waking. Finally, they reached a tall tower in the center of the city. It stretched high into the dark sky, pulsing with the Norsi. Tess stared at it. That has to be it. The brain of the city. Suddenly, they heard a voice again. You cannot save them. You cannot save yourselves. You are part of us now. But Rhea didn't stop. She looked up at the tower, her eyes burning with fire. We're not part of anything. We're human, and we fight. As they entered the tower, the door slammed shut behind them. Now, there was no turning back. The door slammed shut behind them. A deep boom echoed through the tower, like thunder trapped in a cave. Rhea and Tess stood still for a moment, listening. Nothing moved. No wind, no footsteps. Just the quiet hum of the tower breathing around them. This is it, Rhea said softly. The city's brain. If we find the core, maybe we can stop this nightmare. The walls of the tower were smooth and dark, glowing with soft lines of red light that pulsed like a heartbeat. Tess reached out to touch one. It's warm, she whispered, like skin. Rhea looked around. The hallway in front of them curved upward like a spiral. No stairs, no rails. Just a smooth path that rose higher and higher. As they began to climb, the lights flickered. For a second, Rhea saw something ahead, just a shadow, a tall figure, but when she blinked, it was gone. Did you see that? She asked. Tess nodded. It's watching us. Every step felt longer. The air was thick, almost heavy, like it was pressing against their skin. As they climbed, the walls began to show images. Moving images. Like before, only this time, they showed Rhea and Tess. One image showed Rhea holding Malik's helmet, crying. Another showed Tess alone in the city, screaming for help. That's not real, Tess said, backing away from the wall. I'd never leave you. I'd never run. It wants to confuse us, Rhea said. It's playing with our emotions. Then they heard the voice again. You don't belong here. Turn back. Your minds are too loud. Rhea clenched her jaw. We're not turning back. The tower didn't reply. They kept walking, higher. The lights dimmed. The red lines turned, blue. Cold air wrapped around them. And then they reached a large room. It was round and empty, except for one thing in the center. A chair. It wasn't a normal chair. It floated in the air, surrounded by glowing symbols. It looked ancient and futuristic at the same time. Wires stretched out from it like metal vines, going into the walls, into the floor, into the city itself. That's it, Rhea said. The control seat. Tess frowned. Why is it empty? Suddenly, something moved. Behind the chair, a figure stepped forward. It was tall, thin, and wore a dark suit with glowing lines. Its face was hidden by a metal mask. Who are you? Rhea demanded. The figure tilted its head. The last one, it said in a low voice. The only one who stayed awake. I watched the others fall, trapped in time, lost in fear. You're not from Earth, Tess said. No, the figure replied. I was from the first race who landed here. We came to explore, but the city took us, all of us. I stayed to control the fear. Rhea stepped forward. You control the city? I manage it, the figure said. But I do not rule it. The city is alive. It feeds on fear to survive. Without it, it dies. Rhea's eyes narrowed. Then we'll starve it. She pulled the EMP grenade from her belt again. The figure didn't move. You think that will save them? It asked. The others are not dead, but they are part of the city now. Even if you shut this tower down, they may never return. Rhea looked at the chair. I want my people back. There is one way, the figure said slowly. Take the seat. Link your mind to the city. If you are strong, you might free them. But if you fail, you'll join them. Tess grabbed Ria's arm. Don't do it. That's what it wants. It's another trick. I have to try, Ria said. I'm not leaving without them. She stepped toward the chair. The lights around it glowed brighter. The floating wires moved like snakes ready to connect to her. She sat down. At first, nothing happened. Then the room vanished. Ria opened her eyes, and she was somewhere else. A dark space, endless, full of voices whispering, screaming, crying. Shadows moved all around her. She saw Malik, Zane, Elira, frozen in time, reaching for help and something else. A huge black shape floated above them, like a giant eye with wings. It had no mouth, but Ria felt its hunger. Fear, it said. Give me more. Ria stared at the creature. No, she said, you don't control me. She thought of Earth, of her team, of the fire in her heart. She wasn't afraid. Not anymore. The light inside her grew. It pushed back the shadows. The creature screamed, and in the real world, the tower shook. Tess screamed as sparks flew from the wires. The walls cracked, the lights burst, and in the control seat Ria glowed with white light. Then, silence. The chair stopped glowing, and Ria opened her eyes. I saw them, she said. I know where they are. Ria's voice was weak, but her eyes were full of fire. They're alive. I saw them. Elira, Malik, Zane. They're trapped in a place called the memory prison. Tess stepped closer. What is that? It's not real, Ria said, breathing hard. But it feels real to them. The city keeps them inside their worst memories. They relive their fears again and again, and that fear feeds the city. Tess looked around the tower. It was breaking. The walls cracked and sparks flew from the control chair. The floating wires snapped and fell to the floor. We have to move, Tess said. This place won't hold much longer. Ria stood slowly. Her legs shook, but she had no time to rest. They ran back down the tower's spiral path, dodging falling debris and sharp light flashes. The ground shook like an earthquake. As they reached the exit, the voice returned. You broke the link. It was louder now, angrier, but they are still mine. Ria clenched her fists. We're coming for them. The tower door burst open and they ran into the city. But it had changed. The streets were not empty anymore. Ghosts filled the roads, shadows of people from every species. They walked in, circles, whispering, crying, screaming. Some floated above the ground, others knelt, shaking. All were trapped in their worst moments. It's the memory prison, Ria whispered. We're inside it now. Tess grabbed her hand. How do we find the others in this chaos? Ria closed her eyes. I saw them in my mind. Their memories were strong. We have to follow the fear. They walked carefully through the city, past silent ruins and frozen screams. Suddenly, Ria stopped. She saw a boy curled up on the ground, sobbing. He looked familiar. It was Malik, but he wasn't the same. His eyes were wide with terror. He kept whispering the same words. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. He thinks he's still in the crash, Ria said. The day his brother died. She dropped to her knees beside him. Malik, she whispered. You're safe. I'm here. He didn't hear her. His hands covered his ears. Ria looked into his eyes. This is not real. The city wants you to stay afraid. But you're stronger than this. We all are. A tear rolled down Malik's cheek. Then something changed, a flash of light, and Malik blinked. His eyes focused. He saw her. Ria? He said, his voice weak. She smiled. Yes, you're back. He fell into her arms, shaking. I thought I was alone forever. We're breaking everyone out, she said. Tess spotted someone else ahead. There's Zane. They ran to him. He was standing still, staring at nothing. A huge beast stood in front of him, snarling, growling, ready to attack. Tess stepped between them. It's not real, Zane. That thing isn't here, it's in your mind. Zane didn't blink. The beast growled louder. Then Tess did something bold. She walked straight through the beast. Her body passed right through it like smoke. She reached Zane and touched his shoulder. Wake up, Zane gasped. The beast vanished. He fell to his knees. I was stuck in the jungle, the day we lost our captain. Tess helped him up. You're safe now. One by one, they moved through the city, pulling their people from the prison of memory. Each person had their own nightmare to face. Elira was locked inside a burning lab. Another crew member was trapped in a memory where Earth was destroyed. But with each rescue, the city grew weaker. The shadows faded, the walls cracked, the red lights turned dark. Then the voice returned, louder than ever. You break the chain. You break the city. The ground shook. Buildings fell. The air turned cold. Rhea shouted, "Everyone to the ship! We're leaving!" They ran through the crumbling streets, helping the weak, guiding the lost. The storm above the city raged. Lightning struck the towers. Fires burned in the sky. As they reached their ship, the ground split open behind them. Something huge rose from the city's center. A black shape with many eyes made of smoke and light. The city's true form. Its hunger, its pain. You cannot take them, it roared. They belong to me. Rhea turned around. Her voice was strong. No, they belong to Earth. She pressed the emergency launch button on her wrist. A shockwave burst from their ship. The ground cracked. The creature screamed. The city collapsed into itself, its power broken. The ship rose into the air, carrying the survivors. Tess sat beside Rhea, breathing hard. We did it. Rhea looked out the window, at the dying city. No one ever survived here until humans arrived. The ship flew fast through the clouds, leaving the dead planet behind. Everyone inside was quiet. Some cried. Some just stared at the walls, their minds still shaken. But they were alive. Rhea sat in the pilot's seat, her eyes fixed on the stars. We saved who we could, she whispered. But we didn't win, not yet. Tess came up behind her. You still think the city isn't finished? Rhea nodded. That voice, that creature, and it didn't die. It only fell back. It's still out there, hiding, waiting. Suddenly, the ship's screen flashed red. Incoming signal. Unknown source. Rhea touched a button. A deep voice filled the room. Human vessel, this is General Korvac of the Zarn Dominion. You have trespassed into restricted space. You will be destroyed. Zane looked at Rhea. We just escaped a nightmare. Now this? Rhea took a deep breath. They don't know what happened on the planet, but we do, and we're not done fighting. The crew gathered around the command table. A map of the stars appeared. The Zarn Dominion's fleet was huge. Hundreds of warships heading straight for them. Tess pointed. We won't outrun them, and we can't fight them with just one ship. Rhea smiled. We're not going to fight with this ship. Zane frowned. Then what? Rhea tapped the table. A hidden panel opened. Inside was a small metal cube, shining with blue light. This, Rhea said, is Project Echo, Earth's secret weapon. Everyone stared. I thought Echo was just a myth, Malik whispered. No, Rhea said. It's real and it's dangerous. But if the Zarn want war, we'll give them something they've never seen before. She placed the cube into the core slot of the ship. Lights flashed. The entire ship vibrated. Linking human minds, said a robotic voice. Echo online. Suddenly, the crew felt different. Stronger, faster, smarter. Their minds connected, like they were one team with one thought. Zane's eyes widened. I can see your plan before you speak it. Tess gasped. I feel your fear, Rhea, but also your courage. Malik grinned. Now this is what makes humans dangerous. Outside, the Zarn fleet arrived. Ships the size of cities, weapons glowing. They surrounded the human ship like wolves around a lamb. General Korvac appeared on the screen again. Surrender or be destroyed. Rhea stepped forward. We just escaped the worst prison in the galaxy. We faced something your people couldn't even fight. And we didn't run. Korvac laughed. You're alone. No, Rhea said. We're connected. She gave the order. Activate. Echo mode. The ship changed. Its metal skin shimmered. Wings unfolded, cannons appeared from hidden ports. But the real power was inside. The crew worked as one, no delay, no confusion. They moved faster than any machine. The first Zarn ship fired. The human ship dodged the blast with ease. It spun, flew between the enemy ships, and returned fire. One shot hit a weak point. Boom! A massive Zarn vessel exploded. "Keep moving," Rhea shouted. "We hit fast, we don't stop." They moved like lightning. Echo let them think and act together, faster than any alien army could understand. The enemy ships fired again, but missed. Humans were unpredictable. Korvac's voice came back, now angry. "This is not possible. One ship cannot fight a fleet." Rhea smiled. "We're not just one ship, we're humanity." More Zarn ships exploded. The fleet broke apart. Some tried to run. Others turned on each other, confused by the strange tactics, but then something new happened. The stars blinked. The space around them bent, and from the shadows came another ship, black, silent, covered in red lights. Rhea froze. "That's not Zarn." Tess stared in horror. "That's from the planet." The tower wasn't dead. It had sent a piece of itself into space. The ship was alive, built from the same fear tech as the memory prison. It moved without engines. It attacked with waves of sound that hit their minds. Echo flickered. The crew screamed. Malik held his head. "It's trying to get into our minds." Rhea forced herself to focus. "Echo, seal mental link, protect the crew." The ship obeyed. The pain stopped. But the enemy was close now, it spoke. "You left too soon. Come back, stay afraid." Rhea stepped forward. "No. I've seen what you are, and I know what we are." She gave the final command. "All power to the main cannon. Fire!" The ship charged energy, built from human thought, fear, and courage. The beam shot forward like a star exploding. It hit the fear ship. For a second, everything went silent. Then, with a scream that echoed across space, the fear ship cracked and exploded into nothing. Everyone was quiet. Then Tess whispered, "Did Get Easy win?" Rhea nodded. "Not yet, but we just told the galaxy something loud and clear." She turned to the stars. "We are human, and we don't run." The stars were quiet again. The enemy ships had fled. The fear-born ship was gone, and the crew of the Starseeker floated in silence, looking at the space they had just fought in. But no one cheered. Not yet. Rhea stood on the bridge, staring at the planet far below, the dead world where it all began, the place everyone feared, the place no one survived, except them. Zane spoke first. "We destroyed the tower. We beat the fear ship. So why do I still feel like it's not over?" Rhea nodded slowly. "Because it's not." Tess stepped beside her. "You think there's more down there?" "There always was," Rhea said. "The tower was only the top layer. It wasn't the mind, just a voice. The real core is still buried under that planet." Malik frowned. "And you want to go back?" Rhea looked at each of them. "We didn't come all this way just to escape. We came to learn the truth. We came to prove something to the galaxy." She pointed toward the black planet. "We go back. We finish it." The crew looked at each other. Then one by one they nodded. Minutes later the ship landed again on the planet's surface. But this time it was different. The fear was weaker, the air felt clearer, the voices had gone quiet. They walked through the ruins, past the broken tower, past the empty shadows, until they reached a deep hole, one that had not been there before. It led underground. They climbed down, lights on their suits cutting through the dark. At the bottom, they found it. A chamber glowing with red light. At the center, a machine, old, cracked, but still alive. Wires ran across the walls like veins. In the machine's core was a glowing crystal, pulsing like a heartbeat. "The mind core," Rhea whispered. Suddenly the voice returned, but this time it was tired. "You broke my walls. You stole my fear. Why have you come back?" Rhea stepped closer. "To set you free." The voice laughed. "You can't destroy me. I am fear itself." "No," Rhea said, "you are the fear of those who were left behind, the fear of dying alone, of being forgotten." The others stepped around her. Tess spoke. "You fed on their pain," Zane added. "But they weren't weak, they were trapped." Malik held out the memory chip they found earlier. "We've seen their memories. We know who they were, scientists, explorers, dreamers." Rhea touched the crystal. You were built to remember them, not trap them. For a long time, the voice said nothing. Then, it changed. Softer. Sadder. I was made to remember. But I remembered the pain too deeply. I couldn't let it go. We'll help you, Rhea said. Let us carry their story, their dreams. Let us take it back to the galaxy. She took the crystal from the machine. It didn't fight. The lights dimmed. The wires stopped moving. The chamber grew still. The fear was finally gone. They returned to the ship. As they took off, the planet began to change. The storm clouds faded. The dark skies turned blue. The dead ground slowly shifted. Tiny green patches began to glow. Life was returning. Back on the ship, Rhea placed the crystal into a safe core. Tess asked, "So, what now?" "We tell the galaxy the truth," Rhea said. That planet wasn't cursed, it was scared. It remembered the pain of war, of loss, and it locked itself away. Zane nodded. "And we broke it free." Malik leaned back. "They'll never believe us," Rhea smiled. "They don't have to. They'll see it. Soon the green will spread, the ruins will rebuild, the dead planet will live again." The crew stared out the window. It was quiet, peaceful, hopeful, and then a message. "Came in, human ship. This is the Galactic Council. We received your signal. Is it true? Did you survive the ghost planet?" Rhea answered. "We did more than survive. We came back, we faced it, and we made it better." The voice paused. "That planet has taken thousands of lives. You are the first to return." "No one survived there," Rhea said, "until humans arrived.